Now we take the fans' perspective of United's road to Wembley with a look back at the unbeaten European away run with highlights of some of United Fans TV video diaries and features.
So after a 3-hour drive, make it 4-hour drive from Barcelona, we're heading into the outskirts of Valencia, Spain's third biggest city with 770,000 people living here. I'm outside the ground an hour and a half before kick-off. Good atmosphere so far. You can see more and more people are getting here now. The sun's starting to go down. It's been a beautiful day. There's just over an hour to kick off. The atmosphere is really building outside the Mestalla Stadium. Both team coaches have arrived. The Valencia fans are very optimistic. They think that they're going to beat United. They think United are missing key players. I don't share in their optimism, but I may look a fool in saying that after the game.
Tonight I think we'll do alright tonight. Rooney's out, but I think with Berbatov's going stronger and stronger this season now, and I think we'll get minimum of a draw tonight, which I think is what we'll need, to be honest, to progress.
Hi, Maria and Valencia supporters, so I hope Valencia wins tonight. It's going to be a great match. My score for tonight is going to be 3-0, and my favorite Valencia player is Mata. It's a great atmosphere. It's going to be a great match.
It's an hour after the final whistle and the Mestalla has emptied. United fans were kept in for a while behind after the game, probably because there was some trouble before the game. United fans have got every reason to be happy. I would have been happy with a 0-0 draw tonight. I thought that would have been a fair result. But a 1-0 victory is brilliant, and it really makes up for the disappointment of the 0-0 draw against Rangers in the first Champions League game.
At last week's trip to Glasgow, a group of United fans got together with the Rangers fan side for a special friendly at Rangers training ground at Murray Park. United legends Paddy Crerand and Jimmy Nicholl managed the two sides, with Jimmy Nicholl assisted by Rangers and AC Milan legend Mark Hateley.
So are you enjoying this this match then, the precursor to the big game tonight?
No, it's good. I think it's great to have good relations. I think throughout, when wherever we're playing in Europe, we see the fans before games exchanging scarves and having a few drinks and laughing, exchanging jokes, and it's nice to see the set of fans coming together and having a wee knockabout, before the game. I think that's what it's all about, the public image of relationships between clubs. Two great clubs as well, so two great sets of supporters, and it's just a pleasure to come down and encourage them, really.
Why would you get involved in something like this, Jimmy?
Basically just because it's the day of the game, you come down. Whenever I knew Paddy was up, it was basically to see Paddy, and the Rangers boys says we come along. And Paddy was coming, the Man United supporters. Great. Because Paddy was our youth coach whenever I was a kid growing up, and he was and he was great for me. I mean, he really was.
What's it like looking looking at a big game like tonight? Because you played for both clubs. Where did your heart lie in a match like this?
Well, I had 11 years at Man United, and they were great for me. All my brothers and sisters still live in Manchester, my man Dan also. Yeah. But because I'm working in Scottish football, I want to see what's best for Scottish football, and the best thing for Scottish football is the Rangers stay in Europe. Yeah. So the best thing for Scottish football is the Rangers to win tonight.
7 o'clock in the morning on match day, and that's the Istanbul skyline in the background. Going to catch the ferry across the sea of Marmara to Bursa. Just arriving in Bursa now after a very pleasant hour-and-a-half trip across the sea of Marmara. Yes. It's 11 o'clock in the morning on match day. I got the ferry from Istanbul to Bursa, and I was met by a group of Bursa supporters who've been very friendly. They've treated me to Turkish breakfast. It's a wonderful day. It's November, We're in the shadow of the mountains, it's sunny, the atmosphere is great, and the hospitality is absolutely first class. These people have been telling me about their club, how they won the Turkish title last year, about the rivalry with the big Istanbul teams like Beşiktaş, Fenerbahçe and Galatasaray. And I've been explaining to all of them that Manchester will win 5-0 tonight. Is that right? No.
This is the stadium empty 4 hours before kick-off. United fans are going to be put into that caged area there. It's covered in netting, so nothing can be thrown at the expected 400 travelling fans.
Nil-nil at half-time, second half goals from Darren Fletcher, Gabriel Obertan and Bebe. Bursaspor still haven't won, still haven't scored. I can't speak too loudly, but from United's perspective it's been a job well done. It's starting to get a bit cold now, but we had a very warm reception here in Turkey. It's been a good day, everything's been enjoyable.
It's 5 PM on match day. I've just arrived in Marseille. This is the main train station. The sun's setting. Looks like it's been a nice day. I'm going to get onto the metro, get to my hotel and get to the Stade Velodrome, the home of Olympique de Marseille. 1.25 hours before kick-off. That's the United section over there, and there's only a few people in it at the moment where the M&A is. And that's part of a stand which seats 20,000 people on the side.
I still think United are favourites to go through, but it was quite a disappointing performance. This isn't a vintage United side. Sir Alex Ferguson looked a bit disappointed after the game, but I still think he'll be quietly satisfied because United didn't concede any goals and they got a draw.
With tickets like gold dust for last week's Champions League game at Chelsea, the majority of United fans caught the big game at the pub or at home on TV. So a 2-1 win on the night and a 3-1 win overall gave United a comfortable passage to the semi-finals, where German side Schalke 04 await.
This is what happens to old football stadiums. Barely half a mile from the new Veltins Arena, but this is the old stadium where Schalke played for much of the last century. It's a big old bowl, fashionable when it was done up for 1974 World Cup finals here in West Germany, as it was called then. It's still a football pitch now, sometimes the first team train on it, and that's the old popular side, preserved as a relic to a bygone age. Morning the players come down those steps, walk through here, and they also walk past here after training. This is like a little place where they speak to the journalists who stand there on the other side of the fence just to keep them apart, I assume. And the players just walk out here onto that lush green training pitch. Let's see, this is close to the main entrance to the stadium, and supporters can pay to have the name put on a wall. Something you see at a lot of grounds, even at Old Trafford, you can pay to have your name engraved on the forecourt. This is the area outside the ground. People are mingling and eating breakfast, don't know what the attraction is with them, having a few beers. Very low key actually, European Cup semi-final, but the atmosphere is very low key. This is the stadium 1 hour before kick-off. Pretty empty, but still hugely impressive. Built for 2006 World Cup finals, it seats 61,000. Actually, it holds 61,000, and sometimes there's terracing, but for European games the capacity comes below 60,000 because they put seats into the terraced areas. There's the United section. That's the final whistle. Manchester United have reached the European Cup final once again at Wembley, against either Barcelona or Real Madrid.
With the title wrapped up last weekend against Blackburn, United entertained Blackpool looking for a record 18th home win to cap the title presentation party. But with Blackpool's Premier League survival at stake, there was a lot to play for amid the celebratory air around Old Trafford.
How does it feel, 19 league titles?
Well, for somebody like me who grew up with Liverpool winning absolutely everything, the feeling of illness, sickness and horror filled my life from about the age of, I don't know, 8 till the age of 26, 27, which was when the last time they won the title in 1990. So yeah, well happy with it. I think, you know, it really has knocked them firmly off their perch, but we've got to carry on. There's no point in resting on our laurels because, to be brutally honest, I think Liverpool are going to be a bit stronger next season.
And they say that this has been an average season.
They do say that, don't they? But I've really enjoyed it.
They're wrong, aren't they, really?
Yeah, they are, because there's so much togetherness, and of course Sir Alex. Well, he's got to be the top man. I think he's the top man, Alex Ferguson. Well, Sir Alex, I should call him.
So
because he gets so excited, doesn't he?
Oh, absolutely.
Like us all.
Now, you've been following United since '56.
Yes.
So you've seen probably how many of it? Is it 16 of the 18 or the 19?
Well,
sorry.
I've only been coming about 10 years because we could never get tickets, so I didn't see the beginning.
Well done, Mum.
Take it easy on us today. Play some lesser players. What do you think? Do you think we're going to stay up?
So you started the season. What do you think's been? What would you think the secret was to winning the league this year?
It's Fergie. I think you could put Fergie with Chelsea or Arsenal or anyone else. I think they'd have won the league. He gets the best out of players, man manager. He's not always the best tactically, but he's a man manager, isn't he?
We won it by 9 points in the end, you know, which is, you know, it's some achievement this season, I think.
I think it's a reflection of how good the squad is. I think the squad takes a bit of a hit. I think one or two players aren't appreciated, and a lot of them have come to the party, and I've been to quite a few away games, and they've not really pulled it off away from home, but you know, every time they've found the result at home, and the table doesn't really lie. And I don't think the squad, if you look at the squads, we were being told at the start of the season that Spurs had a fantastic squad. Well, they had the fifth best squad in the league.
Yeah.
It doesn't lie.
What I thought was fantastic at the end of the game, the celebrations, I think, were as good as any I've seen at Old Trafford for a league title.
Oh, it was definitely, from recent memory, it was definitely better than a couple of years ago when Aldo was saying goodbye, and Tevez was saying goodbye, and thankfully we didn't hear a lot of people shouting over Alex Ferguson.
So a 4-2 victory for United, coming back from 2-1 against the plucky Blackpool side, summed up the season. In the end, a fond farewell to Blackpool, and inside the stadium, an emotional day for Edwin van der Sar, who played his last game at Old Trafford before retiring from professional football on Saturday. The celebrations inside and outside Old Trafford were surprisingly well handled and heartily enjoyed by fans and players alike. So a special send-off for Edwin, and a special day for all United fans revelling in standing alone as England's most successful club. Now focus shifts again towards Saturday's Champions League final against Barcelona. Tune in next week for a special report from Wembley and a look back at this record-breaking season here on United Fans TV.